Tonight, it's trophy time. In this battle of classes, 6A goes first with sectional championships on the line. As for the rest, survive. And we're here with the Sheridan High School cheerleaders. Week 11 of Friday Football Frenzy, and it starts.
From our TV6, this is Friday Football Frenzy.
That's right. Good evening. Welcome to Week 11 of the Frenzy, and here's where things get interesting. 6A starts playing for trophies from here on out. Sectional championship tonight. The rest of the classes showing a little more patience. It's only the sectional semifinals this week for those guys. But we'll begin with our HTSN Game of the Week. Fishers at Carmel tonight. Our thanks to the Carmel student body. Great time during our pregame show. Even had my bullhorn hijacked during the game. I wonder if I can get that back by next week. Anyway, game time at 7 o'clock on HTSN. And it was Fishers who answered the bell first. Opening drive, second play from scrimmage. Connor Christensen floated it over to IU-bound Jay-Shun Harris. And Harris does the rest. 71 yards. And just like that, Tigers are up 7-0 on the road. But they didn't score again in the first half. After a couple of short Carmel TD runs, the give here to Shakir Pascal, and watch him go to work. Pascal's gone 29 yards out, 210 yards, and 3 touchdowns for him tonight. Carmel's up 21-7. Then just before the half, quarterback Isaac James on the delay, keeps it himself, breaks a tackle, makes a cut, goes 56 yards for the touchdown, 128 yards and a score for him. The trophy goes to Carmel. They win 35-20, their 25th sectional championship. Greg Rakestraw cut up with Kevin Wright afterwards.
You know, to win games in the playoffs, you got to be able to run the ball and you got to be able to stop the run. And we knew that, you know, a lot of what they did was predicated on their ability to run the football and play action off of it. And so, you know, proud that we were able to accomplish what we set out to do, and, you know, on to the next week.
Carmel advancing to play at Fort Wayne Carroll in next week's regionals. Meanwhile, Sectional 5 championship on the line tonight at Ben Davis. Giants hosting Pike, with the Red Devils without head coach Derek Moyer, suspended by the school for the way his kids celebrated their win over Brownsburg last week. Jason Spells with the West Side story.
The Pike Red Devils looking for the upset against second-ranked Ben Davis. Defensive coordinator Eric Parquette leading Pike into battle after the one-game suspension of head coach Derek Moyers. BD dominated home, just one loss on the west side all season long. The Giants playing big in the third with BD trailing. Chris Evans goes 40 yards in for the score. Giants up 4 going into the fourth. Pike senior Taylor Sanders had seen enough. The young fellow running like Barry Sanders, weaving in and out of linemen. 27 yards for the score. Red Devils up 3. Sanders not done. Later in the quarter, here he is hitting the spin move, running past everyone. Pike opening up a 34-26 lead. Ben Davis, one final shot. Kyle Castor, Deshaun Boswell in for the touchdown. Big run, life still there for the Giants. Pike lead cut to 2 on the 2-point try, though. Castor sacked. Pike repeats as sectional champions, knocking off Ben Davis by a final of 34-32. From the west side, I'm Jason Spells for Friday Football Frenzy.
How about Pike on the road tonight? Another one from 6A, Sectional 8, third-ranked Cedar Grove at Jeffersonville. Trojans rolling in this one. Luke Calvert rolls right, buys a little time, aims and fires at Justin Vedito. He does the rest as the Trojans get on the board. The defense preserving the shutout on the road. Senior defensive lineman John Deaver, the hot pursuit, finally finishes the sack. Congratulations to CG. They blanked Jeffersonville 35-0 to win their third straight sectional championship. Their opponent in the regionals coming up. But now to 5A, where Cathedral moved up to a class, all thanks to the IHSAA's success factor. Irish won their opener last week, took on Zionsville tonight. Brad Brown was there. Brad.
Dave, thanks. Cathedral made a solid statement in their 54-26 win over Decatur Central. A new set of challenges in this year's tourney for the Irish, but an old foe in Zionsville. Cathedral beat the Eagles way back in the 2008 4A regional. Scary moment late in the first quarter. Zionsville quarterback Josh Hinkle took a shot to the head out cold. Medics brought to the scene. 30-minute delay. Hinkle was eventually taken off on a stretcher, but was talking with the medical crew. Hope to see that he is okay. So the Eagles bring in sophomore Trevor Leakty, and watch this. First play, like an old pro, to Ben Coker. Upset in the making. Zionsville was up 14-7 at the half and feeling pretty good about it. Cathedral, though, came back to tie it up middle of the third. Then Leakty does it again on the run to C.J. Anya Boonham. 2 defenders go down, and watch this. He's gone for a 63-yard score. Eagles back on top, 21-14. But Cathedral got the final say in this one, a 9-minute drive in the 4th quarter. And with 2 minutes to go, Connor Barthel over the middle. Dan Dolan slides in for the TD, and that's the game winner. Irish added a pick 6 late, 35-21 the final. They'll host Anderson in next week's sectional final, but good effort by Zionsville. Quick note from 4A, unbeaten's New Pal and Columbus East both won big tonight. And in 2A, Ritter and Speedway both won. That will be a great sectional final next week. Dave?
Looking forward to it indeed. Hey, Southport's a perfect 10-0 heading into tonight's sectional final. The Cardinals taking on Tech at another sectional semifinal from Class 5A. Our Dave Marin has the doubleheader.
It was a close battle for 3 quarters in Southport, but in the 4th, the Cards turned it on a big 4th and 21. Luke Johnston to Cardell Tucker. That would set up Johnston to Kevin Wagner. A 20-10 Southport lead. Later, the Cards with their run game. Christian Perry, 48 yards for the touchdown. Southport over Arsenal Tech, 27-10. In Whiteland, it was a true gridiron battle. Both teams keeping this one between the 30s till late in the 2nd quarter when Whiteland opened up their passing game. On a key 4th down, Donnie Richard finds Isaiah Callaway for the 1st down. Then Richard with the QB sneak. That was worth 6 points. Whiteland gets the score and the win. Holding on to win this one, 24-22. Dave Marin, Friday Football Frenzy.
Dave, thanks. So it's undefeated Southport at Center Grove next week. So far tonight, we've had a Kevin Wright-led team in Carmel. We've also had Kent Wright. Tough loss on the road at Roncalli today. Kent Wright, of course, the head coach at Lebanon. How about Dad Bud? Cue the video. Week 11 of our Friday Football Frenzy Flylights. Is it tricks or treats tonight? These guys dressed for success. But what about teams in their sectional semifinals? Sheridan chasing a shot at their 20th sectional championship. The Blackhawks getting Tri-Central here tonight, and if that sounds familiar, it should. This is a rematch of a game played back in Week 9. Tri-Central won 33-27. Tri-Central strikes first in the 2nd quarter. Junior quarterback Cody Howell hits Bryce Dow for a 25-yard touchdown. Trojans up 6-0, and that gives the Blackhawks something to talk about.
Hey, wait a minute, who's on the outside? They cross. Chris, it's not about who's like this. It's like this.
Sheridan sticks with their power running game, going for it on 4th down, but Tri-Central counters with the occasional pass, and it pays off. Howell to Colton Leininger for a 16-yard touch. Bud Wright, the winningest coach in the state, doesn't add to his win total tonight, 35-7. 4A Sectional 22, a neutral site game as technically Chatard hosts Danville. The two haven't played each other in 6 years, and the Trojans making up for lost time. Alex Kimack with a short 2-yard touch. Chatard up 21-6. Then it's Kimack again, this time an easier 4-yard score. Trojans up 28-6. You know, so many times we go to high school football games and throw out T-shirts. Well, tonight you can go trick-or-treating, so why not? We're throwing out candy. It's all treats for Chatard. Senior Sam Jost scores from a yard out as the Trojans rise to a 49-6 win. They advance, and so do we. To wrap up Week 11, a Friday Football Frenzy. Flylights. And another tremendous job from our pilot, Tony Scott, tonight. Time for a break. More sectional highlights on the other side, including the Brebeuf Braves at home. Look at the takedown of Weibo when the Frenzy continues. Sectional semis continue. Class 3A Weibo at 7th-ranked Brebeuf. The host Braves handling this one. Ethan Beatty from 5 yards out runs it in for the TD. Brebeuf on the board first. Then it's quarterback Aaron Banks looking down the field. Watch him air it out to Chandler Grau. Nice little grab here. And finishes with the TD. Brebeuf wins 24-0. So Brebeuf gets the winner of Edgewood at Tri-West next week. Formal introductions sometimes not needed, but you never know. Edgewood gets the early advantage. Nate Grimes to Eli Housel for the big game. Led to the first score, but Tri-West puts it together from there. Tri-West wins 32-18. Again, they will play at Rebuff next Friday. One more for you. Photographer Shea Goodpasture working the far east side, Class 2A. Shenandoah hosting Knightstown. Lane Young was the man tonight. 5 touchdown runs for Shenandoah. We'll see a couple of them right here. Part of a 40-20 win for the Raiders. They will host Cecina in next week's 2A sectional final. Quick look at Saturday's college football schedule. That would be tomorrow. Purdue hosts unbeaten Ohio State nooner at Ross State. IU also at home, taking on Minnesota. Homecoming at 3:30. Notre Dame hosts Navy. Among the local schools, Taylor plays at Marion. Butler on the road at Dayton. UIndy goes to St. Joe's. Scores and highlights tomorrow right here on RTV6. A couple of the notes for you. The Ice with a 3-2 overtime win against Cedar Rapids. And cousin Carl Edwards has the Sprint Cup pole at Texas. For our entire Friday Football Frenzy crew, have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow at the Pacers game. Go Pacers. We'll see you. Good night.